There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks, I'm Matt. Bruce could not make it. I talked to Bruce, what was this, last week, about getting this podcast together. We had actually met up this past weekend, and I said, hey, need to have them on the podcast. I said, sure, when? And we discussed it, and now he can't. So Bruce is still working 80 hours a week. It's how things go. He's been very busy, so I thought I could have him because every blue moon he can have off, and we talked about it. He had off. His brother we've always been together for his younger brother's birthday. Only maybe once. Maybe he didn't go. Oh, no, he was here during the pandemic. So maybe, to my knowledge, there was only 1 year, maybe around the pandemic, where he did not come up, or we used to go down to Baton Rouge every year in March. And he used to do a big crawfish broil. And then, well, maybe we stopped that for a little while. No, I think he's always been here, now that I think about it. So there was only 1 year I know he did not come up for his birthday because his daughter had something going on that weekend. But now he usually comes up here because his dad's here now, his brother's here now, and he cooks for us. And of course, if you don't know, his brother Will is a really good chef. I mean, just made some, fried up some fish, some shrimp, and he made his own batter, of course, and it's just good. William's just great at making everything. So it was just really good. I was getting full on all the hors d'oeuvres, little appetizers, and maybe ate one catfish and maybe one handful of shrimp by the time that came out. And I was so full because I was stuffing my face with everything else. It was really a good meal, but it's always good to see him. And we had discussed about recording a podcast. In fact, that's what he was supposed to be here for. I was going to surprise him because I've read some of his comic books that I asked to borrow. Bruce still collects a lot of the hardback issues of stuff, and I asked for it, and honestly, it's the heaviest stack of comic books I've ever carried around with me. Which we were going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some movies, some shows we were watching, but I'm just going to go talk about it now because he can't make it. I got to get this thing filmed, recorded, I mean. So, doggone you, Bruce. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about was Captain America, Brave New World. Bruce agreed with me. He did not like it that much, even though he wanted to see Red Hulk. And we did agree that Harrison Ford did a great job. I think Harrison Ford was good. He didn't just phone it in, which I thought he might. But he actually did a really good job. Solid performance by Harrison Ford. That is all the good things I can say about this movie. And am I surprised? No, absolutely not. Now, I saw Brave New World. Bruce wanted to do one on this one, and I said, sure, we can. Of course, we like to wait a little while before it comes out recorded. And I knew what to expect. I knew it wasn't going to be good. And it met expectations of not being good. I'm not going to make some funny comment that it barely exceeded my low expectations or it went even further. It sucked even more. No, you kind of knew this thing was dead from the get-go. I think everyone did. And there's so much wrong with it. And you could tell this thing had a lot of reshoots and a lot of dropped storylines and not a lot of nonsensical stuff going to happen here. So I'll just break down the things I did not. Harrison Ford's performance, I liked. That was it. Everything else is just awful. It's just awful. I hated, first off, Captain America, the new Captain America. Man, oh man, it's Falcon in a Captain America suit. What does he do? He uses the shield. He throws around the shield every once in a while like Captain America does. But in reality, he doesn't need the shield. His wings can protect him from anything. His wings can shoot the rockets and darts from last time. So that should be good enough. He's got like Iron Man armor. It's that they didn't know what to make him. He's like the Falcon mixed with branded as Captain America with all the armory of an Iron Man. It's just such a confusing hero that we have here. He should have just been Falcon. Why if you're going to be Captain America, ditch the wings. Ditch the wings. Go full, because he's training another Falcon apprentice who means nothing to the story. I mean, absolutely not. He must have been in there from a leftover story of the version of the movie. I'm guessing that they just left in there because he serves no purpose to the overall screen. He serves zero purpose. In fact, all of the side people that are supposed to be in this, the side names, I don't know who they are. The side characters, don't get it. It seemed like no one really had a character that was fully developed. Not even Thunderbolt Ross. His was terrible too. No story there. But he still got Red Wing with him. He's still blocking. I mean, how Red Hulk, when the fight comes, which isn't that awesome, how does Red Hulk try to cripple him and stop him? What, by taking his shield? Ooh, that'd have been nice. By breaking it, maybe? Red Hulk's not that strong. So he just breaks off and rips off one of Falcon's wings. Oh no, he's hurt. Yeah. Captain Falcon is what I'm going to call him now. Captain Falcon's wing. And so now he's, oh no, I've lost one of my wings. So you're still the Falcon. This movie just doesn't make any sense in that regard. The other thing that's really bad, is how they tried to connect it to the MCU, if that's what they were trying to do. Thunderbolt Ross, he misses his daughter Betty. He wants to reunite with her, and on top of that, this is, I guess they're putting this to the Edward Norton Hulk. He had pursued the Hulk for years, trying to kill him. Really? Where was this mentioned? Mark Ruffalo's story has nothing of this, and that Betsy was mad at him for trying to take out her true love, Bruce Banner. Whoa, wait. Bruce never mentions Betsy in any of the MCU. In fact, he has a hankering for Black Widow, because I guess they were just going to ignore that movie altogether. So to bring back, and I know Thunderbolt Ross is being recast as a new guy because the old one passed away, but to recast him, was that your plan the whole time? Was to bring Thunderbolt Ross back from the very early days before the MCU was really that big of a deal? Wow, that's a bold choice, and it makes no sense at this point. Like, that whole storyline has been ignored for years, decades. Why trudge it up now? It makes zero sense. And speaking of, they went through MCU trash and said, what else can we connect? I'm shocked Iron Fist wasn't connected in this, because they need something random that no one else would connect to. The Eternals. Quite possibly the worst movie. I can't remember. I ranked the MCU movies a long time ago, and I know Eternals, if they weren't at the bottom, they were darn well near it. It's just a terrible, horrendous, atrocious movie. And, of course, it ends with this giant, godlike figure sticking out of the earth. Wonder why that isn't mentioned for the past 10 years, Not even mentioned in there. But now, all of a sudden, it is the focus of this movie. It's got antimanium. Is that creature's now made of antimanium or whatever. And so they're they're fighting for it or whatnot. Wow. And the thing is, though, that plot point becomes pointless after a while. Why? Who thought, let's take one of the worst Marvel movies they ever made and connect our movie to. It's almost like this was like one of the all those fringe movies or fringe mentions. They wanted to make it the center of their story, and in truth, they did not have a story for this Captain America 4, and it really hurts because my wife said it. Captain America is Chris Evans. That's who Captain America is, and she will not take anyone else. She hated Falcon Winter Soldier for that exact same reason, even though, I'll be honest, Falcon Winter Soldier was better than Captain America 4. Bucky comes in like as a cameo. It makes zero sense either. Why they maybe just showed up one day and they just gave him a cameo part. I don't know. Just like cameos weren't even, I don't know, they weren't even fun. It's like no one wanted to be a part of this film. So they couldn't even get a cameo. Their ending scene was dumb too, because it's just an ominous warning about what's coming. Yeah, and another 17 years? Remember, this is the MCU. They don't know what's coming next. So it's so vague. Leader's threat at the end. They could be anything. They could insert any threat in there. So even that was just awful. I mean, you couldn't just bring another star in or bring another big character. No, you couldn't do anything big. Something they talk about. It's only Captain America, but this isn't the real Captain America, so we won't make it that big of a cliffhanger. But either way, though, it just fails on all levels. Just why connect yourself to all these stories that don't matter, that haven't been mentioned, that have been largely ignored, and trying to bring everything back to the center. Just abysmal. And I hopefully they don't do any more of these. I don't know where it goes from here. I know we see Thunderbolts is the next one. Not excited about that, but I'll be honest. U.S. Agent and Falcon Winter Soldier was better. That was a better storyline than this one. And I was surprised when I put Falcon Winter Soldier so high in ranking the Marvel TV shows, because I truly believed that one was better than most of the stuff we've seen, but still not the best. Anyway, what a terrible, and I don't think Thunderbolts will be that good too. And I want to say there's a third movie coming out too from Marvel, and I don't remember. / I also don't care. I just think it's just all just a waste now. It's all just a waste now. But very disappointed. And Bruce, who usually loves every stinking movie, did admit this wasn't the best. The other one that we want to talk about, switching gears here, is Invincible. We have talked about the first 2 seasons on here. That's why we're going to do season 3. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I just want to get this over with, because I'm going to forget about season 3 the more I talk about it. So, and I can't talk about it as much with Bruce, because what we usually like to talk about is how far did this follow the comic book, or where did it deviate, and what happened in the comic book and stuff like that. And Bruce knows the comic book better than I do. I did read this years ago, but I've forgotten everything. I did borrow these from him years ago, back before it was a cartoon series, and I just don't recall anything now. I just don't remember anything. But either way, Invincible season 3. If you're not watching Invincible, the cartoon, violent cartoon on Amazon, you are kind of doing yourself an injustice. I truly believe after 3 seasons, it's still going strong. It still makes me laugh. It still engages me. They haven't really, blown it up to where, now it's not good anymore, I'm going to stop caring. It's not like that at all. It's actually very decent. It's very good. It's been a very good TV show, I should say. Very violent. Uber violent, but I don't mind it. I don't mind the violence. In fact, I'm used to it now. And but so good. And I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see where they're going to go further with this. I also am glad I don't know the comic book, because now it's all surprising me. So unfortunately, without Bruce here, I can't go into any more on that. Just I can recommend it. One thing, and I've been talking to Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions on YouTube a lot lately about this, is I want more Highlander. We just recently discovered there was a 2-part Highlander comic book about Kurgan, the Kurgan. That was pretty decent. It was okay. By Dynamite, came out years ago. Now it's worth like $60, like $30 for each issue. I'm not paying that much. I'd pay maybe $3 per issue. So, but that was the last thing that came out from Highlander. And Highlander, they've kind of steered clear from, bringing out anything else. And Jeremy found this out, and we were discussing it, that they're just waiting for the new movie to come out to kind of give the series a fresh reboot before letting anything else come out. Man, that's a mistake. Highlander stuff, there's still tons of dedicated Highlander fans that if you brought out anything associated with the old canon, I have to say old canon because I know they're going to reset everything when they bring this out, but with the old canon, I really wish they'd do more to keep the series relevant in people's mind, but they don't. They want you to separate the two and love their new stuff. But they should still at least keep making books. I think a long time ago I did reviews of the books and what I loved about them. I loved a lot of the books. The comic books, not so much. In fact, I think the Kurgan was probably the best comic book they had. It was short, straight, and to the point. Anyway, it just made me wish and long for some more Highlander content. Now, my buddy is rereading all the books again, starting with the novelization and going forward. I will one day read through all my Highlander content. It's not that much. They had these they were like little books. They're like 200 something, what do you call those, novellas? I don't know. But they're like 230 something pages long, and that's nothing for me. So I burn through those easily. But I'll gladly read through those again, maybe when I'm watching the series too, or maybe rewatch the series, because I love the series too. I hate The Raven, but I love the series too. But I just wish they'd continue that IP. But this whole ridiculousness about, no, we're going to one day reboot this. It's been rumored, Man, there was a rumor of a reboot 15 years. I mean, a serious rumor that they were going to reboot it. It's coming up. I even discussed it with Adrian Paul live at a Comic-Con probably 14 years ago now. I have that video. It was on YouTube. I need to save it to my favorites so everyone can see it. But it's me talking to Adrian Paul. It's just a snippet because my wife turned on the video camera, but I was really up there for like 30 minutes, and she got toward the end. She went, wait a minute, Matt's going to want to see this on video. So she smartly videotaped it. I thought she was taking pictures, but she actually got my video camera out of my bag and started video recording it. And I was so thankful because that interaction with us was so fun. It was so much fun. And I remember I stayed talking to him because it was a new convention. I grabbed the mic from the MC. He let me go up on stage, and I never got off until the end. And it was funny because the MC is trying to grab the mic from me, but every time I move away from him. And I wasn't doing it on purpose, but it looks like I was. Until finally he just grabs it and twists it out of my hand. I was like, whoa. I was like, why all the aggression? But then I realized later on, oh no, it was me. I was the one that kept probably ticking him off by moving that mic a lot. But I even asked him, and I believe it's in that video. I said, there's the reboot coming out with Ryan Reynolds, because back then Ryan Reynolds was attached to it, rumored to be attached, and everyone booed. And I had him, I did my hand like, come on, keep the boos coming on that. I said, but we really want you, the old one. He said, well, hey, look, whatever they do, I hope I'm involved. If not, I wish them the best, blah, 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 blah. But that was serious news. It was coming, and it never came. So it's never going to come. Why not just give us what we want? That's what I want. I want that. But anyway, Highlander novels, I would love to see more of those. But sadly, right now, no new Highlander. I mean, this is called Princes of the Universe for a reason, right? The other news I wanted to talk about was I did the Hot Ones Challenge New Year's Eve with Wes, Brandon, Heath. It was the best, honestly, one of the best New Year's I have had in a very, very long time. I told Wes this. I just thought, man, that was so much fun than just hanging out, talking, waiting for a stupid ball to drop. We're actually doing something fun. We're actually clowning around, just having a good time. And one of the best New Year's I've had in a very, very, very long time. But anyway, Wes let me borrow it because when my sister heard about this, she wanted to do it. So we finally did it this past week. I survived once again. I knew immediately when I got to number 7 why I did not want to do this challenge again. But didn't drink a lick of water or anything. My brother was constantly drinking apple cider vinegar and water to help his indigestion, but he went the whole way. I'm proud of him because he wasn't going to do it. He said he wasn't going to do it because that would tear his stomach up, but he decided to do it. And then my sister just drank maybe 3 glasses of milk. She was dying there. Brother-in-law held up and did it the whole way through. My younger brother was soaked. I mean, he was soaked from head to toe. And me, once again, even though not as bad this time because I didn't take a big heaping spoonful of the last dab. This time I did a generous portion of last dab, and again blew my nose maybe twice and dabbed my eyes a couple of times. But the last time when I just gobbed it on there and soaked it all up, if you look back at that video, I am just signaling to Wes every minute for another paper towel, and I'm dabbing my eyes and blowing my nose because my nose started running again because it got super hot. So I started blowing my nose, dabbing my eyes because I was watering up. But my brother was soaked. He was sweating from his forehead, and it was just pouring down. It was really a fun time. My 2 little nephews, one at number 7. At number 6, he was out, but his mom kept pushing him to go, and he did number 7, regretted it, and was out after that. Just could not. He had the hardest. He was hurting at that one, he said. My nephew at number 8 was out. When the bomb hit him, he went and threw up. And he told me the next day that he was doing round 2 on the toilet, and it wasn't good. I've been fine so far. Didn't really impact me as much. In fact, I went and worked out, and I did feel a little queasy after working out. A little queasy. I was like, ooh, Ooh, I shouldn't be doing that with all those hot peppers. Now, we did have a bonus round. I wanted them to try this. It was from Hormel. It's called Ghost Reaper Chili. I found this on clearance at Walmart while doing grocery shopping. Had no intention of buying it. In fact, passed it up the first time. And then later on went, well, I'll try anything once. So I put some Reaper Ghost Chili on the stove, tried it, took one bite, and got the hiccups immediately. It was that hot. It was so hot that I went for, I drink my water a lot, so I drank tons of water. I knew it wasn't going to help, but I just wanted to get my water intake in. But I was definitely dying. To me, that Ghost Reaper chili is incredibly hot. Maybe next time we have Heath over, Wes, and I can try that out together. Because I went back and bought everything they had of it. So I have several cans, saving them for special occasions. I did bring it that night for a quote-unquote bonus round. But after 10 sauces, everyone was gassed. They could not go further. They were tapping out, and I was fine with that. I noticed in this video, though, I do a lot of yip, yip, woo, yip, woo, yip. Because I was hurting. But you ride that wave, like Heath and I were talking about. You just ride that wave, and eventually it just went away. It got off the glands and the taste buds and everything, and the pepper extract went away, finally dissolved, and I was fine again. But woo, that was a beast. It was a beast. The only thing that really gets me for some reason, and I don't think I'll try this again, but habanero mango. We're talking about real habanero. Hot habanero with mango. That sweet and that searing heat turns my stomach inside out, upside down. Sonic had habanero mango wings a long time ago. It was on their hot scale. I ate one, could not eat anything else for the rest of the day. My stomach just went in knots. And the last time I had that was on some Mexican dish. I told him to pour it on, and to act bravado, I took the bottle and just doused it and stirred it into my little Mexican dish. And I was like, woo! And I took a few bites. I made it halfway through. It was so good, but it was hurting me, so I had to stop. Well, like a dummy, traveling back home, I stopped in a gas station and just took it out and reheated it in one of the gas station. I paid for something else, but I heated my meal up there and re-ate it in the car. It was still hot. Like what was that? Was the habanero mango going to die? I don't know what I was thinking there. And ate the rest of it. Was hurting on the way back. Hurting. The next day or day after I went to the restroom, I was in so much pain. I was telling my wife, never again. I was hurting. It hurt so bad, as we say, lava poop. And it was just awful. I was in so much pain. It was the worst pain. And I was like, I can't do it. So for some reason, habanero mango, I don't know why, but Ghost Reaper, which is super hot, probably hotter, my stomach's fine, but my stomach turned upside down. I kind of know how my brother felt. Not my brother, my nephew felt doing that. I'll be honest, the most surprised I was that my brother went through all 10. I really thought he was going to go, nope, I'm done. I don't want to hurt myself. Because that's the attitude he had when he came in. But anyway, side note, I'm here. I make notes on little Post-it note paper, and I finally got rid of, this is the last Post-it note, this is how much I don't use Post-it notes, that I received decades ago, probably 2 years ago, from a fellow banker. She gave it to me. It was from her bank, Bancorp South, and I've just used the last one of that one, so that's nice. End of an era with that one. I've got tons of other Post-it notes. We got a plethora, as El Wapo would say, of Post-it notes in our cabinets, laundry cabinets, and I don't know why I kept all that stuff when we moved. I can't throw it away. So I've been slowly, sometimes I'll jot notes or jot little notes during podcasts on here. If I have a podcast idea or a top 5, I'll start jotting things down on it. Or little reminders for me, I'll jot down. But I don't use Post-it notes that much, but I'm trying to use all of these up. We got some itty-bitty mini ones I'm going to try to push through next time. That should be easy because, You can't write much on these. Why did they even make them this small? I don't know. Probably just for labeling purposes. But either way, I digress. Hotness is what it's all about for me. Now, I will tell you this, just some inside baseball. Heath has actually approached us about doing a sour challenge. I have yet to look it up. I was supposed to look that up about a month or so ago, and I've forgotten. Sour challenges, nice. I would assume the challenge would be how long we could keep whatever, I'm guessing sour candy, in our mouth before spitting it out. Now, I'll be honest, I will lose at this because I enjoy some sour, but a warhead, at the very beginning, that coating on a warhead, it is the worst, and it hurts my teeth. My jaw hurts. I mean, that pain sears all my senses. So sour is not my bag of tricks. In fact, warheads are really disgusting for me. The first few sucks on it, then it goes sweet. But anything more sour, like he said, there's one called Black Death or whatever. It's so sour, it's just dark. No, I don't know. I wouldn't say no. We wouldn't do 10, maybe 5, and now I'm thinking maybe 3. We'll do like a warhead or something that's somewhat sour, then a warhead, then the biggest one we can find. Maybe. I like the idea, though, of it being that. And, something that's too sweet for me now, I'll tell you this, since we're closing in on Easter, I love me a Cadbury egg, and I could eat several of them. Now I can't. I mean, I could probably eat one. I could probably give myself one, but they're way too rich and way too sweet. Same thing with Twinkies. I used to be a Twinkie guy. And Twinkies, not a fan anymore. I mean, my mom still buys me some on my birthday. I give them to my girls. They love them. I'll have one, and I'm good for the year. But Twinkies really aren't the end-all, be-all that they were for me back in the day. My mom always, on my birthday, my mom always gives me socks and, socks and, the box of Twinkies. I'm always getting that every year from her. She's the only one that gives me a gift on my birthday. I'm not complaining. I'm not being all sad, poor pity me, right? I remember someone for my birthday, I can't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago, and Michael, if you're listening, big shout out to Michael there, gave me a box of Zero candy bars, my favorite candy bar. Unfortunately, it got left on the front porch in May in Louisiana. So some of them had melted, but I'm not complaining. Not complaining. Put those suckers in the fridge. They were a little flat, They got mushed a little bit, but you know what? Still excellent. Still an excellent buy. I loved it. If I'd have known it was coming, I'd have waited. I did not know, and the package may have stayed out there for a while longer. And not saying I didn't like the package. I loved it. A box of Zeros all day, baby. But so thank you, Michael, for that. He was one that gave me a present. That may have been last year. Either way, though, I've had good times with that, but Twinkies way too sweet. I think that's it. That's way too sweet. I don't think there's anything I'd go, oh, that's way too sweet. I don't know. Maybe there is. I won't try any cheese. I don't like cheesecakes either way, but icing. I hate icing on cake. That's too sweet. So I don't know if you could do a too yucky, like oh man, Peeps. I hate Peeps. If we had a Peep eating challenge where you had to eat like 10 Peeps and the winner got $1,000, I would be out. I could not do it. I cannot stand a Peep. But that's different. I'm saying, but besides hot and sour, there really isn't any other challenges, unless it's like a big food eating challenge or something. Or would you eat this crazy thing like pig's feet or caviar? Well, we'd probably eat caviar. I don't think anyone would say no to caviar. But, a long time ago on YouTube, actually my brother and I came up with an idea. Right before the pandemic, we were going to start a show where we walk through the grocery store, find something really weird that they sell, and try it. We try, what is it? What is this? What is fish eggs? What is the, because they always have these odd and end stuff in some of the shells. There's in small little cans. We'll try it. Whatever it is, we'll try it. And, of course, we never got around to doing it, but we thought about it. We thought about like a new type of spam or what because we had done a spam eating contest as a joke a long time ago. I used to do a lot of joke things on my channel before Star Wars took over it. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments and whatnot. What did you think about Brave New World? And if you're watching Invincible, what do you think about Invincible? And if you read the comic book too, that's another one. And then, of course, also you can tell me if you like hot stuff. Okay, there you go. Or what's too sweet for you? Or what's super sour for you? Yeah, or would you even do the Hot One challenge if given the shot? There's a lot of things you can ask. This is like a mixed bag review. It's supposed to be Bruce's Back was going to be the title, but now just another mixed bag here. So we'll be back next time with Wesley on Princes of the Universe.